Welcome to another MP4Nation.net video and review. Today we have the new Cube H100HDS. This is the newer version of the H100HD that Cube released a while back. It's literally the same, except it comes in this really no-frills box, and it doesn't come with TV out cables, but it does support 1080i TV out, and it doesn't have a wireless remote, even though it does have the wireless remote port. Basically, that's like a what do you say? It's an additional accessories pack that Cube wants to sell to make, well, basically to reduce the cost of the price of the player, and making the additional accessories optional. I can understand why they don't give the TV out cables, because so many people in China probably have bought these players with the composite. What's it? The component? Composite. You know, the ones with the 3 different, video cables for the video. The group. You know what I'm talking about. So many of them have those cables anyway. They don't need to supply them anymore. Anyway, it does have your different HD component. Progressive, interlace, composite. Yeah, component. That's what I want to say. Component cables. Anyway, this uses that new funky chip that nobody really knows what it is. We'll call it the SO chip if you want, or in this case I think it was a 1080 chip. Basically every manufacturer who's using this chip gets to rename it to whatever the hell they want. So everybody has different names for this. It does support just only Chinese and English and Cantonese. Power saving, level 4, brightness, whatever, blah blah blah. Power manager is kind of cool. You get to see how much power is being used, and I'm just gonna let the screen turn off so you can get an idea of just how much power the screen itself uses. And I hope the video really shows the screen. I'm not sure if they changed the screen or not, but it's a lot more sharper. It does use have a 5-inch 800 by 480 screen, but the screen on this compared to the older H100 is a lot nicer looking. And as you can see, the big drop, for those who have always been wondering just how much does the screen take up for power. You can see it takes up quite a considerable amount. Anyways, let's go back. There we go. There's one thing I don't like about this player. It has some funky controls. Video, now this is technically right now the best video player out there. A lot of people who have bought this will tell you, especially people who have the CC1600 chips and the new Rock chip, RK2806 chips. They will say this actually has the best performance. This is that very commonly seen Tokyo Drift promo. And just simply, the screen is really sharp on this, but it still has that funky, viewing angle. When you look from down here, the colors look inverted. But when you're looking straight ahead, this screen, whatever the screen they changed to, from a normal viewing angle like this one that I'm holding right now, the screen is very sharp. As you see, it plays very smooth. It does support MKV, H.264 video format, and supposedly it's very good. I myself am an AVI boy, so I'm not into the whole MKV scene yet, so I don't really have any MKVs to test on this, but AVI files with a newer firmware upgrade makes this as comparable to the CC1600 players. When the original H100 came out, whoa, don't turn off. Again, buttons are funky. You're gonna have to get used to it. Let me just turn this on again. When the original H100 came out, there's a left, right, there we go, right. When the original H100 came out, it couldn't play AVI files properly. Thankfully, that's been fixed. And it does have this little joystick up here if I didn't show it. It would have been nicer if it did it left to right also, but it only does up to down. Anyways, well, there's no real video. I think this has the same audio chip as CC1600 players. The audio is good, but the equalizer is lacking again. It does sort by ID3. As you can see, if it had music, it would sort. Downside is there's no option to choose all music, so you're basically only limited to the sorting. You know, many of the other players, you know, you see album artists, whatever, but there's an option to browse all your music. And this, well, for some reason they thought you don't need to browse all your music. I'm not joking. Really, there isn't any. Oh, actually, there's music files on this. I guess well, it does have nice browsing. That's rather strange. I guess maybe there's no ID3 tags. Or that is strange why it's not showing up. Anyway, it does have nice speakers. I'm just gonna leave that anomaly there because I have no real understanding why they're not showing up. I'm guessing they just don't have the ID3 tags built in on these. Yeah, it doesn't. See, it says unknown on these demo files. And you see, it does play well and stuff. It's nice. But the audio quality out of the earphones themselves, again, it just doesn't have that, you know, that EQ that really pumps up the sound that could really take this to the next level. But again, this screen is just something about the screen, this new screen. It's really, really sharp. It's really nice. I do like going, you know, how it browses up and shows all. And play mode, live sound, you know, star setting, power information, show lyrics. Live sound now. See, live sound is its EQ. See, DBB and this is just basically just, you know, make the music more muffled. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it. It does support on OTG, and that's why you can see this USB host and external disk is basically the micro SD slot here to access the memory card. USB host is if you use a USB, you know, on-the-go device like an external hard disk or whatever, you can connect it to this and access it. It does do little, you know, thumbnails. Can't say it's the fastest, but regardless. And again, let me just get more idea of just how nice the screen is. And the the H100HDS version is actually about $10 cheaper, I think, than the older version. The actual H100HD is no longer manufactured, so you're pretty much left with this. Image viewing is very nice on this. And again, I really want to again just state, I think what they've done is there used to be a glass piece on top of this, and because they removed that, you really get to see how sharp the screen is. I think that's really what it is. See, there's a little indent here. Well, still leaves the screen very durable, I guess. I hope. And record ebook. Let's see what they have here. Not bad. And games. Chess game. New game. Oh, this is. Yeah, don't ask me. I don't know how to play this. Crap. How do you get out of this? Well, okay, this is a great, this is a very good video player. The chip in this is very good. The user interface could do some work with, especially, mainly it's how the buttons are laid out. It just makes it so strange to use, or you have to get used to. This is basically a very good video player. Get it if you want to watch videos on this. Not so much for audio playback. TV out also is very good, but unfortunately with the HDS version you don't get the TV out cables, but it just uses that regular 3.52 component cables. So if you already have one from, like, say if you bought a CC1600 player, you can use it on this. Anyway, head on over to mp4nation.net to check this out, or head on over to our forums to discuss this. Thank you.